G'day everybody. Well, I got some of these today, quite a lot of them, which you're about to see in a minute, but all of you HV enthusiasts out there will know what these are, especially the Linies, who probably replaced quite a few of these. But for those who don't know, these are suspension and torsion insulators. They're used on high tension lines pretty much around the world. And yeah, I got some. I've been after some for an awful long time and managed to score a pretty damn good deal on eBay. So yeah, it's very nice to have some of these now. But I've got two types. There's 3 of the ceramic ones and 12 glass ones. They're all in really good nick. They're just a little bit dirty, so I'm gonna need to clean them up. But I figured we'd have a bit of a look at them in detail, since you don't normally get to see things like this. As you can see, there's the inside pin, which is actually cemented in with a rubber type compound. It's in the middle there. I don't know what that thing is there, whether that's actually part of it, but that little ring type thing there, or whether that's like a bushing sort of thing over it, or if that's just part of the pin. But on the other side, you've got a big galvanized steel cap, which has got the lugs on the other side. I don't know if this is actually pressed on, like crimped onto the glass, or if the glass is actually cast into it. I don't think it would, because as you know what metal does, when it cools it shrinks, and it would put that under a ridiculous amount of pressure like it is already, and these things I know shatter quite violently when you subject them to too much shock. Like if I were to thump that on the table pretty hard, it probably would break. So not that I'm going to do that, but you do got to be a bit careful with these. But yeah, tiny little 1930s telegraph insulator compared to a high tension 11 kV thing. That's no bigger than probably half the size of a Coke can, that. Maybe a little bit bigger, I'd say, but they're pretty small. These are pretty big. But these are the ceramic ones. Like I said, I've got 3 of these. These are actually made by NGK in 1981, I believe. They're rated to 70,000 newtons of pull force, so you can pull on them. They can take 70,000 newtons, which is probably something like 9,000 foot-pounds of energy. But yeah, NGK will actually make spark plugs. They make pretty good spark plugs as well. They make insulators as well, which I've never didn't know about. But these are just distribution lines. The big transmission lines are about probably out to there. They're big, and they've got a different type of mounting lug on them as well. They've got like a little ball joint and a cup on the other side. Well, that's what these look like when they're joined together. One of these actually had its pin in, the rest don't, so I'm going to have to do something about that. But they're just going like that, and that way they can be hung up or used as torsion to join pieces of line together, or if hang line, as you most commonly seen them used. But they're good because they give a little bit of flexibility in the line for when it moves. They don't put a lot of strain like the pin standoff type insulators do. They put a bit of pressure on it, but these don't. They allow for flex. But yeah, got those there. Got these ones over here as well. They're all the same essentially. There's slightly different colours. Then got these ones on the floor here. This one I got as a Christmas present. Didn't get this one today. But it's made in Japan in 1963, if you can see there. Don't think the camera's going to want to focus. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, made in Japan 1963. It's K and then what looks like either a T or an O or an I or something. Somebody will know. But yeah, that's just your standard pin type, otherwise known as a standoff. Yeah, camera's come back. And yeah, that goes on top, sort of thing, just sits up like that on the line with the pin going up the centre tube on it. And yeah, it does it like that. But I'm going to probably go to Bunnings. Might take one of these with me and just measure up a decent set of bolts and just get some bolts so I can join all these together in different lengths and hang them up in places. Got plenty of good uses for these and places to put them. But honestly don't know what I'm going to be doing with all these though. It's an awful lot. There's about 15 of them. But yeah, also a shout out to a YouTube user, James E, who's another Aussie insulator collector like me. Subscribe to his channel if you like seeing this sort of stuff, because he's got some pretty epic insulators. I know he's got two massive, something like 500,000 volt wall tubes, which his dad got him from a substation or something like that. They're pretty insane. So I'll put a link in the description to his channel. And yeah, if you like this sort of stuff, be sure to give him the sub. Especially if you like seeing the exotic insulators that we have here in Australia. There's not a huge amount of videos on them. But just figured you'd like to see all these. And I'll do another video when I get them all joined together as well. So yeah, thanks for watching.